2 down, 1 more to go. Has Rayman 3 stood the test of time? Let's find out.
Firstly, let's focus on the narrative. In Rayman 3, Rayman's dopey friend Glowbox accidentally eats a black lum. But not just any black lum. You see, this one is called Andre, who plans to build an army of hoodlums to take over the world. However, since he is now trapped in Glowbox's body, Rayman must escort his friend to the right doctor and get the annoying lum out of him.
The story is entertaining and very humorous.
No, I'm doing it.
Oh, okay.
The story is entertaining and very humorous, particularly for Murphy, who is constantly breaking the fourth wall. It provides a nice backdrop to the gameplay and will keep one amused rather than annoyed.
In terms of gameplay, Rayman 3 could be divided into 3 segments: platforming, combat, and puzzles. And the 3 of them are linked together by canned upgrades that Rayman can use to power himself up and overcome obstacles. For example, he can create chain whips to swing across gaps, missiles to defeat distant targets, and even some really bizarre ones, such as shrinking into a shoe and chasing his other shoe.
Weird. The power-ups are also useful in combat scenarios. Speaking of which, combat is much better than its predecessor, thanks in part to more varied enemy design and an improved lock-on system that allows for more freedom of movement. It's not perfect, but it does the job nicely.
Despite the improved combat, Rayman 3 falters in many areas that makes it not up to par with its prequels. Simply put, as you play Rayman 3, the game gets into a groove that slowly becomes repetitive. You'll engage some enemies, unlock a new power-up,
solve a puzzle, jump on some platforms, engage some enemies, unlock a power-up, solve a puzzle,
rinse and repeat.
The game occasionally diverts from its formula, such as sequences which make you wonder if you've taken drugs at some point. But that still doesn't do enough to disrupt the repetition.
The main reason why the game gets so humdrum is that the developers never take an idea and run with it. The combat rarely changes, except providing us with more waves of enemies each time, and the platforming never goes beyond the typical jump here to there mold. If the developers were willing to experiment more, the game would be a lot better.
Much better.
The game also includes...
I'm doing it, you idiot. The game also includes a couple of bonus arcade games, and they offer a nice diversion.
Particularly Commando, which reminds me of the classic Amiga game Warzone, created by Core Design.
Control-wise, Rayman controls well and moves fluidly, although his jumps are a little slower than usual.
The power-ups are a cinch to manipulate, and the combat is handled well, but can sometimes be a bit of a pain when the lock-on fails to lock onto the enemy you want.
Not you.
Me? I'm not an enemy. Graphically.
No, it's graphically. Graphically,
Why can't
Rayman's
I get
world.
this word?
Yeah, you need to work on that word. Rayman's world is still an enchanting but weird place to explore. The art direction still remains top-notch, and it shows that even when you spot a blurry texture or a square polygon, the terrific art design always pulls through, and makes it a very fantastical and good-looking game.
Another point I want to bring up is the lovely water effects. Look at it. It's lovely, isn't it? The music is quite similar to Rayman 2 in that while they fit the game's quirky mood, they ultimately fail to really stand out and be memorable. However, I must give a special nod to Billy West for his portrayal as the wisecracking fly, Murphy. Seriously, this guy provides so many great laughs at the start of the game, that's a shame he isn't in the rest of it. Instead we get boring old Glowbox, voiced by the guy who played Luigi.
In the Super Mario Bros. Movie. So looking back, Rayman 3 is a game that starts off great, but slowly begins to fall apart due to its repetitive nature, which makes it the weakest of the Rayman trilogy.
Had Ubisoft expanded the core gameplay beyond the basic fundamentals, the game would have been something special.
Much special.
So is it really dated?
The answer is no.
This game isn't dated by any means, it's just simply a fun but average experience that falls short. Well, that's the end of our Is It Really Dated series on Rayman. We hope those of you who like the series will pick up Rayman Origins and stop any more annoying rabbit games.
Oh, I'm gonna keep buying those rabbit games. I love the rabbits.
Yeah, I think this is your only video where you're in the spotlight.
Oh no.
Honest Review is so much better than you.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Hey. I'm buying the rabbit games, you like it or not.
Don't buy the rabbit game.
I'm buying the rabbit games.
Why would you want to buy? You don't even.
Because I like the rabbits.
You don't even have the Connect.
I do have Connect.
Oh.
I got your Connect.
I don't have Connect.